The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
Hi, I'm Mike White.
And I'm Rob St. Mary.
And we're the hosts of the Projection Booth podcast.
If you haven't heard of the Projection Booth, that's okay.
But we think it's time that you have.
We've been doing this for over 3 years now.
And we think we're doing a pretty good show.
Every week we look at a different film and put it in context.
We try to bring you interviews with the people behind the films.
Or experts on a subject matter covered in the film.
We don't specialize in any one particular genre or type of film.
We try to examine every aspect of cinema.
From every corner of the globe.
Even at 3 years, we barely just scratched the surface.
But we're ready. We're ready for you to listen to us.
That's right. Now's the time to give us a shot.
Download us through our free smartphone app.
Or through Stitcher, iTunes, Geek Juice Radio, Jackalow.
Or our website.
projection-booth.com.
We'll keep making great shows.
Now it's your turn to listen to them.
How good was Boo's line about how bad the food was? She's like, if you took a shit and your shit took a shit and that shit became mayor of Detroit, it would still be better than the food in this place.
Yes. I actually just was watching that episode. I was watching episode 9 when you called. Just started watching.
Yeah, you're at the same spot that I am. I'm probably going to watch 9 later.
So I Lori Petty's going to fucking kill, what's her name?
What the fuck is Piper thinking, telling her, don't worry about it? You both work for a fucking drug dealer you know has killed other people that you've worked with. And you just think that you're just going to blow off somebody like staring you down in the joint.
Hey, you remember she fucking was the one who ratted her out to get her back in.
I know. I do not like Piper this season. I do not care what she does.
I want to see what happens with the panty business. See if they make that money or not. I mean, Japan alone.
I feel like I just need to fucking push through where I'm at in the series and just keep watching, and hopefully it gets better.
You started from season 1, though, yeah?
No, I've seen season 1 and 2. I started season 3, and like I said, I made it 2.5 episodes, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about any of these characters.
No, seriously, the first 2 episodes suck dick compared to the rest of the series. They are probably the worst episodes that I've ever watched, and I almost did the same thing. I was like, what the fuck is this nonsense? And
Rich, there's a hate sex scene in episode 4 you got to get to.
I don't know. That didn't do it for. There's better lesbian scenes in that show, but yeah,
it just came on board. You know.
I know. But just push through it, Rich. You'll start to, once they start getting more into some of the characters that they haven't touched on in the previous 2 seasons before, like Boo and what is her name, Helen, the one who doesn't talk, and and the goth chick, the Hispanic goth chick.
Oh yeah.
Those are some of my favorite characters, and they do their backstories, and those episodes they really shine.
All right, yeah, because I'm just like, I just threw it out. You know, I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, at least
I gave it a try.
If anything, just go. I think it's episode 5 that they do Boo's story, and she's the best on that show. The fat butch lesbian.
But they didn't show how she fucking got in there. They just gave her backstory.
Right.
But they didn't, like everyone else, they've been showing how they ended up in there. They didn't show what she did.
You know, because I think when the idea of having the backstory is about like what got them, you think it's like what got them into prison, but it's really about what made them what they are now. And I think that they didn't want it to be like every chick's story about what happened to her ends in prison, even though you know that's where it ultimately ends anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Plus, Boo is like such a hard ass. Like you could just think of any number of ways that she would have gotten into trouble, gotten some fucked up situation, and ended up there. I think there was a more interesting story to be told.
My money's on her just whooping somebody's ass to death, like beating somebody's head against the pavement or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that I've ever seen her really lose her cool, though. I'm trying to think.
the scene during her backstory. She loses her cool. When she's going to hook up with the chick.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. I guess I was thinking in prison.
Yeah.
It was just odd that, she isn't the one like smashing people's heads into the ground.
Who won the fucking NBA finals?
Golden State.
Whoever showed their dick.
They pulled that shit out.
Okay.
They shat the bed the first 2 games and fucking did what a lot of teams don't do. They won 4 in a row after dropping 2.
No. You know who
LeBron?
really won was the guy who showed his dick.
LeBron?
Yeah.
I heard something about LeBron's dick on John Oliver. You know what?
I don't know how when you're I didn't see any footage and I'm like, I'm not going to go search for this. This is like something that you see by accident. I'm not going to actively go try and see LeBron James's dick. But I know but I understand like the uniforms that they wear, those are baggy shorts. So either like he's really hung and he's not reeling that shit in, or he is really hiking his shorts up.
Rich, by the way, you were right. Chicago won. Sorry.
That seems like a Janet Jackson style wardrobe failure.
Well, because of
like
both
maybe
you
it
guys,
wasn't exactly an accident.
I am now Googling LeBron's dick.
There you go. You can do it. See, I'm
First
too
thing that
gay.
comes up,
I'm
hey,
too
look.
gay to do that. So but it's okay. You're straight enough to do it.
I'm getting a bunch of memes after Googling the same thing, but I'm not seeing any legit dick pictures. So I'm wondering if this is like urban legend. Like, oh, we saw his dick. Really?
Yeah, but come on. You can see. Sure, you can see just about anything on the internet if you know where to search. But not everybody's just going to be throwing some black dick up on the computer.
It depends what site you go to.
No, that's what I said.
Are we back to dog farts, Rich?
And go to 4chan and search around or something, or Reddit, You got to scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Honestly, it's just not that important.
As a nation, we're not even comfortable with white dick yet.
We just don't like dick, period.
No, not really. But I mean, if you're going to start, adjusting the nation to dick, it's not going to be LeBron James as the spearhead of that.
Well, it's like the old Drew and Mike bit where they were doing a Harris poll saying, "Hey,
calling people named Harris."
Yes. If your woman had an affair with Shaq, would you take her back? And the dude was like, no, she'd be ruined. He's like, and I'm just speaking factually. And it's just like, well, yeah.
The better question is,
even if it's proportionate, it's got to be huge. Even if it's just proportionate. If he's small, it's 9 inches. You've seen the man's shoes, all right?
Size 22s.
The real question is, would she come back?
I don't know, man. After the surgery to reconstruct her vagina, maybe she
after some extensive labiaplasty.
Oh yeah. Them meat curtains would be stretched out, man. Oh, dude, that would be so bad. It'd be all purple and beat up.
Called a narrowing.
It's like hey, when you had kids, man, did you tell the doctor, hey, throw a couple extra stitches in there and I'll throw you a couple extra honey, docs? Tighten that shit up for me. Come on, man. That's why I can't remember what comedian it was, but he was like, gentlemen, I just watched my wife a couple months ago give childbirth, and the whole crowd claps. And he's like, no, don't clap, because I'm going to tell you this. We never tear up pussy. That's just all I'm going to tell you, because I saw a child tear up pussy. That we don't, all that ooh, that's for our pleasure, not theirs. We're not doing nothing.
No, I've actually read that there is like a kind of a psychological thing that some guys do go through after they see that.
Yeah. No, trust me.
Aaron, would you like to speak on this?
It's the episiotomy. Witnessing it and not being like forewarned. I guess you kind of know that like, okay, this is something that they do and this is something they might want to do. But in the moment you're like, this is the most beautiful moment in my life. And oh my God, they just like brought out a pair of scissors and cut her.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, people are like, oh, childbirth, it's beautiful. No, it ain't. I mean, I understand, the miracle of birth and everything, but like Bill Hicks said, it ain't no more of a miracle than eating and have taken a shit 8 hours later. It's just a chemical reaction, and you push something out of your body.
I said that to a lady once. Well, we no longer date.
No, I don't want you expelling anything I can't flush.
Well, I mean, I have heard stories.
It's before 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter's mother, she had an emergency C-section, and it was horrible. My daughter was a breech birth, cord wrapped around her neck, blah blah blah. I mean, she was thrashing around. Her mother was thrashing around so much she accidentally broke her ankle because they were trying to get her in the stirrups, and she hit her ankle against it. She didn't even feel it till the next day. But after all that was said and done, I was like, C-section, yes, like. Everything's intact. All right. I know that's horrible, man, but this is
did like a silent fist pump.
Yeah, I looked like Tiger Woods.
The world's smallest silent fist pump.
It's like, I'm going back up in that shit, and it's gonna be just like before. All right, it's gonna be like putting on a pair of isotoners. Yes,
and that shit'll be ready in 2 weeks, not fucking 6.
So this
Dolezal.
This will be a fun episode.
Yeah.
We should offend lots of people.
Yeah.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan, it's Unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Episode 103, bitches.
Ooh, wow.
I know, right?
I fucking like what I do. I warped to this point.
Yes.
That sucks.
You found the green
back.
pipe.
Sorry, everybody. I'm back. Yeah, sorry
Chris.
that I'm back.
I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Jay.
I'm Rich.
All right. Now we talk freely.
So Jay, somebody posed you a question?
No. I have this question to pose to you as being non-Christian-ish folk. Like whatever you want to call yourself. Whatever you want to label yourself.
Heathens.
I went to like school, like elementary all the way through high school with the leader of the Satanic Temple.
Okay.
And like, I don't know if you're familiar with Satanic
Satan.
Temple. Well, it's not so much that. It's more about. I'll read you the invite. Okay, so
all right.
I got invited to this Satanic Temple will be ceremoniously unveil the controversial bronze Baphomet. Sorry if I fucked
Bronze
up.
Baphomet
Monument on Saturday, July 25th.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not telling you where. I'll tell you off the air that.
All right.
Weighing 1 ton and towering at nearly 9 feet tall, the monument is not only an unparalleled artistic triumph, but stands as a testament to plurality and the power of collective action. Never before seen in public, the Baphomet Monument is already the most controversial and politically charged contemporary work of art in the world as a homage to Satan. The incredible statue is intended to complement and contrast the Ten Commandments monument that already resides on Oklahoma State Capitol grounds. The event will serve as a call to arms from which will kick off our largest fight to date in the name of individual rights to free exercise against self-serving theocrats.
Right.
That's what they're based on. It's not so much Hail Satan, it's more of a PR thing.
Mm-hmm.
Come dance with the devil and experience history in the making.
That sounds like a cause I can get behind.
It's still religious bullshit. You should fight to get the Ten Commandments thing taken down rather than putting up your own religious monument.
That's what they try to do.
But you understand that
the direction they're taking.
Right.
Like they don't like Mitt Romney, so what do? You support him because you're the Satanic Temple, and people don't want to hear the Satanic fucking Temple like supports your candidate.
Right. So the guy from the Church of Cannabis, I'm sure he's not like just some crazy ass stoner, and he doesn't actually like pray to God and smoke weed at the same time, thinking that it's bringing him closer to God.
Right.
He's just using the law to make his point.
Right.
And that's what these guys are trying to do to counteract what they
privately.
What's that?
Wait a minute,
What do you mean
guys,
doing it privately?
don't Rastafarians isn't part of their sacrament marijuana?
But this guy's not a Rastafarian. He's trying to make a point about the religious protection laws in Indiana.
Right.
I got you. Okay.
And this is about separation of church and state in Oklahoma.
All over the place, actually, because they actually protested.
Right.
There was a Roe versus Wade. Like I can't remember what fucking state it was, where they basically were doing everything but outlawing abortion. Mm-hmm. So like you had to have like all this shit. Like you had to do all this shit to get an abortion. Like made it almost impossible.
Right. You've got to it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. You got to travel like 2 hours to go to a clinic to have it.
You have to have an ultrasound.
You've got to interview with somebody that's going to show you pictures of aborted fetuses.
Right.
And try and make you feel like an asshole.
What they do, they sent some women out there and said basically, keep your laws off my body kind of a thing. But they were representing the Satanic Temple. Not the Church of Satan, but the
I don't know.
Satanic
To me,
Temple.
religious propaganda is religious propaganda.
Yeah, but at least they're forthcoming with it. They tell you their agenda.
Yeah.
They flat out tell you their agenda. And that's
But why not channel your energy into getting all the stuff taken down instead of erecting more religious propaganda?
because it shows the people the flaw in the law. Is basically what it is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Church of Satan hasn't done the antithesis of Westboro Baptist and started picketing like funerals with signs that say like
God loves fakes.
No, Satan
Satan
loves
hates
fakes.
breeders, and like
Well, that's the
fucks-
church that you're talking about. Church Satan. This is a Satanic Temple, so they would be. It is a different. They are different.
My bad. I'm not up on any church, let alone Satan.
It's
So.
cool. No,
Right.
Well, the only reason
this is a political organization that's using religion to make their political point.
Correct. Yeah, they're trying to get it so that you have more personal rights.
Right.
That's their political agenda against the theocrats and shit. So it's
Against having other people try and enforce their religion upon
Regardless of the religion, you're still putting a religious thing on in the government
you
on
have
public
to.
land. Like
It's
I said,
not a
channel your
religious-
energy towards getting the religion out of.
I see what you're talking about. I see what you're
But
saying.
that's like saying that
but
there's
this is,
whether
this is their,
whether
but this is
religion
a
is
more
religion.
funny, sarcastic, fucking
Right.
like in
no,
your
that's
face
exactly where I was
fucking
gonna
joke.
go. This is like saying that there's no point to satire.
A 1-ton fucking
Think about
statue of
how
Satan.
much
Well, then now
just
it's waste
just
of
single
capital.
cartoons in the New York Times. Think about how much power those and what a message those things can deliver, and just making a joke or making fun of somebody.
Right.
Like there's a lot of power in this type of action.
Yep.
But to me, you wasted all that time and energy and resources on making a joke.
It's not a
really-
waste of time.
It's not a waste of time.
There's people that are going to go to bed today without eating.
Because
Right.
no, because when you stand up and go, I don't want that because I find that offensive. Well, then everybody else who's for it can stand up and go, well, I'm offended by the fact that you can't let me express my religion the way that I want
So
to.
these guys come and say, okay, you can express yours, but here we're going to express ours too.
or you can
Nobody
use
should be expressing
or you
anything.
can use religion as a shield. So can we.
So can we,
The
yeah.
shield it cuts both ways.
You know where you should be expressing your fucking religious freedom? In whatever fucking church you go to. Not on government property, not on public land.
That's their point.
That's their point.
That is exactly their point.
That is
but
their
they're
point.
but they're two
using-
wrongs don't make a right. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but they're Satanists, dude. So yes, it does.
No, it puts the attention on this issue in ways that simply just protesting doesn't get attention. We're
actually
talking about it.
It's fucking eye-opening, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, it really how
It
else do
makes
you
a
get a
valid
Christian?
point.
How else do you get a Christian to open their fucking eyes and hate something like immediately? Just put the name
Still
Satan in
beating
it.
someone over the head with
I'm-
your religion, regardless of what your religion is.
They're just coming back.
You're kind of arguing
Yeah.
our point here, Chris. The way I see it, because yes, I don't want the 10 Commandments on government property.
No.
I'm fine with whatever religion anyone wants to practice, whether it's Catholicism,
And
Satanism,
I don't want your Satanist.
Judaism.
I don't want your flying spaghetti monster. I don't want your
Right.
fucking.
Yeah, practice
So how
that
bad
on
do
your
you
own.
not want it? Because if you don't want it that bad, go protest it. And see how far that gets you. You got the Satanic fucking temple that has enough
Right.
money to make a 1-ton fucking bronze statue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
So
I think
That
this
they
is a
have
good,
some
a good
political
use of
power.
time and
money could have
resources.
went towards.
Well, that dude
For what?
actually speaks. He does speeches at colleges and shit like that, and gets paid for it. And he also he's been on fucking Fox News. It's hilarious. He tears them apart, tears them apart. He's super fucking smart, dude. This is not
Okay.
like a foolish
But
person.
You know what?
This is it.
You really
This is
you want to
proof.
get in? You want to get the Christians' panties in a bunch? Take all that
Yes.
money you spent building that fucking statue, give it to a fucking soup kitchen or a homeless shelter, and go, hey, us here at the Satanic Temple, we're just as concerned as helping out our fellow man as any other. Like that's a fucking.
That's a different
I don't know.
battle.
I just think there's a different way to make this point.
I get it. There's a different. I see what you're saying, and
There's
I'm
different
not.
ways.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
There might be ways that help
I'm just
people
saying,
more, but that's
yeah.
not really
That's
the
not what
issue.
they're about.
That's not what the issue is here. And I don't know if there's a better way to attract attention to and make people see it from a different perspective than what this organization is doing.
Right.
Because it's designed to go, well, you can't do that.
Right. And-
That's
well-
horrible. You can't do that. And then they go, well, why can't you do it? Well,
You do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, if you can have the 10 Commandments out here, then we should have other religions represented because
This
this is a
just
melting pot.
proves-
Not
Wait,
everybody's
this
fucking
Time,
Christian
waste
in
of
here.
money.
Chris, just like Jay, I understand where you're coming from, but this just proves that there's a lot of religious right that don't get irony, and they're just not picking up on. Like they're just like, oh, how can you put a statue of Satan?
The person that doesn't
get a statue of fucking Jesus on 75 in Ohio,
man. It's
the person who doesn't get irony, who doesn't understand satire. You're not going to get through to them with any other means anyway.
Right.
These are lost causes. Mm-hmm. We're not talking to religious fanatics saying get your monument off of our government property. We're saying to moderate people. We are. I'm not part of. Yeah. They are saying to moderate people, hey. This over there that you just ignore and go, well, it's okay. We're mostly Christian and white in this country anyways. And I don't,
I know,
it's harmless. They're saying, no, this is harmful. This is saying that
this offends me and this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
We talked about it a few months ago. There's a guy in Michigan. He's an atheist, and while I found it super annoying as well, maybe just me and religion just don't get along in any sense. But he went all across Michigan and got a whole bunch of shit taken down. He didn't have to erect anything fucking.
Well, that's the thing is they did put a legal fight behind trying to get the Ten Commandments taken down in Oklahoma. And that's been going on for years and years. So what they decided to do was this.
Stop electing the same fucking politicians.
But dude, go tell that to fucking Johnny Farmer that fucking chews on weed all day and fucking, fucks cows and sheep. I mean, have you met those fucking people?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's who this fucking country is.
That doesn't sound like that bad of a life. Where do I sign up for that?
It's not a bad life. It's just like, okay, so it's ignorant bliss. I mean, or whatever. Like, really, I mean, dude, that's what it is.
If ignorance is bliss, these motherfuckers are happy as a sissy with a bag full of
dicks.
They're
fucking wearing their International Harvester hats and tattoos and fucking doing tractor pulls, dude. And I'm fucking down with that. That's awesome. I love fucking tractor pulls. But you know what? Dude, like, that's how this country's being run is by that type of mentality.
And, you know, whatever happened to, moving? I don't know.
Where the fuck am I going to go? This is my goddamn country.
No, I'm talking people in Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, well.
If you got that much rabbit ears about the Ten Commandments monument in your town, move to another fucking town.
That's beside
probably
the
cost
point.
you a lot less. You burn a lot less calories, and you might do something more productive.
So you just let the things that offend you fucking push you away from any type of civilization, because that's basically what happens in every fucking township, county, whatever. You go into all of them, there's some type of religious something.
I'll go move to where people are more enlightened. Or move to a different part of town.
Where the fuck is that?
It just seems like a big, giant waste of time and money.
No, I think it's a fucking... You guys have been fucking Christian bullies enough. Here, take this. We're going to bully back. We're going to push back. You know, you think you're fucking so right. You can put up whatever you want, whatever building you want, for whatever reasons you want, but I can't. No, fuck that.
You know what? Hold on. Jay, you used a phrase that I think is extremely apt. Christian bullies.
Right.
And the difference between extreme Christians and extreme Muslims is extreme Muslims blow themselves and other people up. Extreme Christians co-opt entire fucking political systems and political parties.
Just take over entire countries.
Yeah.
Like from underneath, non-violently. You know, that's what happened here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of Native Americans, even though I know you self-identify as Native American now, that would argue with you that it wasn't that non-violent. You know?
Perfect segue, Rich. Let's talk about Rachel Dolezal.
Wait, 1 second.
What?
The question was, would you go?
Oh, yeah.
Would you go, Chris? No.
I think we know the answer to that.
And Rich, would you go to something like that?
I just want to see the
statue. But I'm always about experiencing new shit I've never seen before. So yeah.
Guys want to go? It's $25 a ticket.
Motherfucker, if it costs money, no, I'm not going.
Oh, you're shilling for him. It's all been a ruse.
No, I'm not.
He's raising money for Satan.
No, whatever. I just want to know if you guys are interested, I would go if other people were going. I mean, I'm going to know people there, but
hey, mister, I just bragged about how much money I make. You pick up my ticket, I'll go. I'll buy the first round.
I got 3 kids, motherfucker.
See, I'd get stabbed because I'd be a smart.
You know what? If you wanted more money, you could choose a job that makes you better money.
Because I'm sure this is what Jay has got on his mind when he's doing double time. He's like, oh, I can take so many of my friends to Satan rallies.
Yeah, because I'm so fucking religious in any way, shape, or form. No, I see the humor in what they're doing. I see it as humorous. So, and that's the end of that.
I'd probably get punched because I'd probably you're being just as shitty as the people you're here protesting against, right?
But the thing is they would agree with you. They would fucking tell you, we know.
And it's shitty that it had to come to this.
Yeah, they're fighting a dirty fight.
Ideally, the Ten Commandments would have been taken down a decade ago.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
But it's just not happening.
No.
Man, this is like one of those 1950s movies where the guy slaps the shit out of the woman and he's like, "You made me do that, baby. You brought that on yourself."
You know what I love though?
Don't get incredulous, Aaron. I know that's your fucking favorite thing to do. Don't start that shit. It's like hey, we were driven to this. I had no other choice type shit. It's an effective way to, one, raise awareness for their cause, and two,
have a little
show the hypocrisy and
have a little intellectual fun.
Show the hypocrisy of Christianity. Turn on the news. That's all you need to.
Yeah, but how do you point it out? You go stand on a soapbox somewhere and say, "I'm going to feed these poor people down with the Christians," and guess what's going to happen? Nothing.
Yeah, and look at what are the consequences from this? I mean, we're talking about. I know there's not a direct line, but what starts with having the Ten Commandments displayed on government property ends with what we were talking about before. Limited abortion rights.
Right. Yeah.
And they trying to control what people can do, because then they're saying, okay, well, if we're putting this out here because we're a Christian majority in this country and we all have the same beliefs. So if you're not fighting us on that, if only the Satanists are fighting us on that, then you must be going along with this. So we're going to move forward considering that we all have these same beliefs and none of us want abortions to happen in this country for any reason.
Hey, dude, I had kids, so I'm pro-life, but I mean, as far as voting goes, you get the choice. That ain't fucking go ahead, please. There's some crack babies, like that.
Right. These archaic rules that only
15-year-old girls getting pregnant.
Only two actually apply to our modern day life. Maybe. Are being used as a basis for making laws off of. Now, if this organization was trying to use their religion to try and get laws enacted that controlled other people's lives, then no, I wouldn't be supporting them at all.
Really? So you don't think the Satanists are going to bring out? You think the Satanists are not going to bring out the Christian fanatics?
Oh, that's what their point is.
Yeah. Well, no, but the thing is it could backfire on them.
How could that backfire on them? They're already crazy. You're not getting through to them.
Right. They're fucking closed-minded. Fucking let's watch Honey Boo Boo. Come on.
Yeah.
The only way it could backfire on them is if nobody is actually hears this and has a moderate opinion on the subject suddenly realizes that, oh yeah, this is wrong. We shouldn't be standing for this. I'm not Christian. I don't believe in God, but why do I care if the Ten Commandments are out there? Because at the end of the day, it does affect me. It affects it affects the laws that govern me and sometimes even govern my body or tell me what I can or cannot do with it.
But too, it's also going to bring out the First Amendment nuts as well.
Wait a minute, what's a First Amendment nut?
The freedom of expression. Yeah, it's going to bring out those.
But it should be in no public buildings. Is what That's really the whole thing. Like, no, get all that fucking shit out of courtrooms and like.
There's not supposed to be one religion that this country promotes.
You want it in your house? Cool. You want a Christian bookstore? I'm cool with that. You want a satanic bookstore? I'm fine with that. But I don't want to see that shit when I'm walking up the steps to a courthouse or something like that.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time any of you guys had to testify in court?
Let's see.
Testify?
Last year.
Never.
Does traffic court count?
Yeah. Last year, where they ask you to raise your hand, and they used to say, put your hand on the Bible.
I guess.
And I swear, no. Now they say, well, at least the court I was in, it was probate court. It wasn't so it wasn't like I was testifying. No, I saw OJ chop the bitch's head off, but they were like, do you swear or affirm?
Oh, right.
They didn't even mention God anymore, and I'm like, good. Why? Because why? Yeah. Your big book of Jewish fairy tales? Yeah, I swear on that. Yeah, I'll tell the truth, and I'll lie my ass off. Right. I don't believe in that shit.
So that's progress, but I mean
that's also a northern state in a very liberal city.
And This is you're just pointing out an exception to the overarching rule for this country.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're sitting in Mississippi, they're gonna be like, "Hey, boy, you better put your hand on that Bible, or else we're gonna have a problem." You know, it's like, "Oh shit."
Bailiff whack his pee-pee.
Hold him down. You sure got a purty mouth. They're like, "Oh shit." Deliverance was
I guess
right.
what I was talking about with it backfiring, though, was more along the lines of what I was talking about with the First Amendment. You're going to get people that are kind of going to come out and going to say, well, if the Satanists can have this here, the Christians can have this here because it's all protected under First Amendment.
It's the Satanists just basically pointing it out, though.
Yeah, but the separation of church and state isn't even an amendment.
No,
I'm talking about freedom of expression. They're going to say the right for that to be there is the same right. They're going to say both groups have the same right to have that there, and then nothing's going to change.
Yes, but freedom. We know that freedom of expression, freedom of speech, there are limits. We as a country, we bump up against these limits constantly. And one of those limits that work actually in a good way, when it does work, is not being able to promote one single religion as a government, right?
Right.
So I mean, it's the same thing that there's limits to freedom of expression. I want to walk around naked. I can't go outside the house if I do so, right? There are limits to my freedom of expression.
But freedom of religion is also another part of the First Amendment as well. That's another thing that
freedom to practice religion.
Right. Not fucking shit.
Prohibits the law, prohibits the making of any law respecting the establishment of religion, impeding the free exercise of religion.
Right.
So, I mean, they could say that's the free exercise of religion.
Yes, but that doesn't supersede the separation of church and state.
Okay, hold on. I think something that we haven't. Okay, where is this monument being erected at?
Oklahoma. It's already it's in Detroit right now, and they're going to take it down to Oklahoma.
Okay, is it being put on a court land, like court property?
Yeah, courthouse. Yeah, right next
government
to
property.
Right in a courthouse, right next to fucking Ten Commandments.
Okay, I'm sorry. I must have been like under a mushroom haze at that point. Sorry. So I just missed that. But I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of like leaning towards Chris. Like, that's, if it was on public property, I mean, not public, but like private property, I would.
But you're okay with the Ten Commandments being there?
No, it shouldn't.
Right.
So tear it down and put it on someone's fucking property.
It was already
rednecks that don't
dude,
want that.
This has already gone through the courts as far as the Ten Commandments go.
Yeah.
They were like, there were people that wanted them to take it down. They were actually suing them to take it down.
Absolutely.
And the fucking like judges and shit like that were like, no. And then it actually went to Supreme Court and shit. And it was deemed that it was okay that the Ten Commandments were there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
fuck.
right.
Yeah, First Amendment.
This has already gone through. So, like, that's the whole point.
And if I remember
of the
correctly,
Satanists.
the Supreme Court kind of went at it backwards, saying, well, this is the Ten Commandments stem from Christianity and the Bible, but these are representative of the laws that Oklahoma already enforces.
Yeah, right.
That's the whole fucking point.
Why don't you put
here.
the fucking law books out
Their laws
there?
are based on fucking 2,000-year-old book that was written by a bunch of people who had never seen God in their fucking lives. Well, let's not get into all that.
All right. So, you mean about how Jesus wasn't written about until 200 years after his death? Yeah. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bring that up?
Right.
Let's bring up Dr. Drew and Walmart while we're at it.
Yeah. Fuck you and Walmart.
I think Jesus was a magician with good PR.
So there was a segue there about 20 minutes ago.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think we're going to make any more headway on this, but
No. So we all Chris and I agree, Aaron and I agree, and Rich and Chris don't agree. So
I'm still on that. I busted my hymen because I fucking sat on the fence so hard. So
So the big story that everybody's talking about is Rachel Dolezal, who was the head of the NAACP in Spokane, Washington,
and now is the butt of all jokes and memes on the internet.
Right.
I know.
So, if you were living under a mushroom with Rich and you haven't heard this story, you just got to see a picture of her really I think for the full effect to sink in. But this is somebody. This is a white girl, woman.
White. She's white.
She's white.
Very.
I seen her parents.
Spray tanned, but she's white.
And she identifies as black.
I think she had a nose job done too. Did you see her nose?
To make it wider?
Yes, seriously.
Really?
Really?
So yeah.
She would.
I saw pictures of her before,
Did she have a
younger.
wide nose then?
Yeah.
Did she? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to
But
say,
she
did she
doesn't-
go in
Did
and
she
say,
have curly ass hair like she does now?
No.
did she go in with a
Right.
picture of Michael Jackson when he was 10 and say, I want that belt?
When she was 5, she started coloring herself in brown crayon and not like seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
Is that what she
seriously.
said?
That's what she said. That's what she's fucking said in an interview.
Well, first of all,
Yeah, I don't think that's true either.
first of all, this story proves we're out of news. But
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Well,
Yeah, it's
it's not to say that this wouldn't still be a news story, but the reason it's so huge is because the language that she's using, she identifies as black, right? This is 2 weeks after everybody's talking about,
Jenner.
what's his first
I
name?
don't.
What's
Bruce fucking Jenner.
Caitlyn.
Someone actually
Caitlyn.
used the phrase yesterday, transracial. I was like,
Shut
what?
up. Did you punch him in the fucking nuts or
It
the
was,
throat?
it was a TV in a hotel lobby. I
I
would
would
have
have
gotten
punched
arrested.
the fucking TV.
transracial.
Yeah.
He's like, get back to me in
Everybody-
2,000 years and we're all the
everybody
same
look,
mocha
On the
color.
first floor would have heard me say, "What the fuck?"
Jay, we've already established you have anger management issues. We know you would have punched the TV, okay?
I'd be like, "Here's my credit card. Boom! I'll go to
You'd have
Best
been
Buy,
like, you'd have
get
been
a
like,
new one, and
where's
put
the
it up."
nearest 7-Eleven? I need to smack a stranger. I just...
And gentlemen, I'm just going to make this point now. We're all well aware of where we grew up. Somebody white pretending to be black. Anything new to us?
Well, yeah, but
Eminem
not-
identifies
but
as
not
black.
this- but not like this. Like it's
until his
not
ass
like
goes
this.
to court. Until his ass goes to court, and he was like, "Your Honor, how you doing? Pip pip cheerio.
Hello,
I'm
Your
not
Honor.
Tupac."
How are you today?
Yeah, I bet if she gets arrested, no, I'm white.
Yeah,
You know-
shit.
no, okay,
she's
but-
wiping the spray tan off.
But
with
here's how
fucking
you know.
baby wipes.
Here's how you know that this nation is racist, right? This is a big story. This is a big deal. A white woman who wants to be black. When it was a black guy who wanted to be white, everyone's like, well,
He was the king of fucking pop.
pop stars, they're weird.
But he was the king of fucking
them-
pop, not the director of the fucking NCAA.
Yeah,
of a
but to
fucking
them,
chapter.
to them it made sense. Hey, who wouldn't want to be a white guy? They have it pretty good in this country, right? We're baffled by this. Who the fuck would want to be black?
Yeah,
Right?
like
That's the racism in this whole conversation.
no, that's reality.
I'm not, and by the way, that's not me talking.
No.
I'm talking as America. I'm, speaking
why?
for the,
Why?
I'm speaking for the whole country right there.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Like, why? Like, I'm
just-
The question is still
didn't know
on
that
either
was an
side.
option.
Why
Yeah.
would you? But
That could have made my college applications go much easier.
Oh man.
Could have gotten much more scholarships. No, I identify as black. You can consider me for this NAACP
what does it
scholarship.
really mean to identify as something, and how should that matter to anybody else? Right? I identify as rich and the world's greatest lover. So you guys all have to treat me like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
So
I'm
it
just
doesn't
high
matter.
yellow.
It
What are you
doesn't-
talking about?
It doesn't fucking matter
I'm just high yellow.
what you identify as.
I'm gonna tell I said on Facebook today, I'm going to tell my job, I identify as somebody who makes $100K a year. Let's fix this.
So you make it happen.
And I'm
Captain.
being discriminated against now.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, here's what I know. Okay, one, she was the president of a chapter of the NAACP,
Right.
and she was. Oh, wait a minute, come out. She's white. Okay, here's the deal. Look, why does it matter? Why does it matter that she's white?
Right. We
Well,
should say that
matters-
there's...
there is a reason why it matters. She's white because she was
Because she lied about her fucking. Well,
dude. She was a
Trying to lie
director
about her
of-
genetic makeup.
Yeah. She.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a fucking liar.
Okay.
that's what matters. That's
What if you
matters.
have... What if you're
There's a
an
big difference
AA...
between German and saying you're French and going. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between that and saying being a white person and saying no, I'm black. It's genetically fucking impossible.
Well, imagine this, though. Imagine if you have somebody... I don't know what you would call a person who actually heads up an AA meeting. A person
Yeah,
that
right.
kind of organizes the whole thing. The leader
Head
of it.
alcoholic? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know what you would call it, but there are people who do that.
The captain.
And if you found out, if you were attending these AA meetings and this person was really helping you and they were just giving you a lot of strength to cope with your problems, and then you found out that the whole time you were there, they were fucking high as a kite, right?
It compromises their
all-
integrity.
Yes, you can't let...
happens
You can't let...
all the time.
I know it happens all the time. Let me finish my
I'm
point.
trying to,
But
my ADD is killing me.
But you can't. Obviously, you're not going to go back. But does that erase all the good that you got from that? You know, she did good things with the NAACP in Spokane, and there's still a lot of people that are supporting her just because she has been such a great organizer for that organization. So
it changes it because now everything you say and do is now suspect because your integrity has been compromised.
Right. Going forward, I don't think that anyone's going to take her serious enough for her to organize a fucking soccer game.
No.
But
she's got to move to Canada.
But it doesn't erase what she did.
No.
Right? Her being regardless of her color, her being an organizer for NAACP is a good thing.
Right.
She actually made. I would like to think, I don't know, live in that community, but it seems like she made a difference in her community, and there's certainly people who are standing up and saying so.
Yeah, she had a very successful NAACP.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Branch or whatever.
Yes.
But there's a movie called The Woman Who Wasn't There, and it's a very similar deal. She claimed that she was on one of the towers for 9/11.
Oh, yeah, I know this story.
Yeah,
I didn't see the movie, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the way up until the point to where, like, she got tripped up. Like, said her husband died in the towers, this firefighter grabbed her, blah, 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 blah. And she was just a pathological liar. For, like, 6 fucking years she led this, and she was, like, she manipulated her way to the top of, like, the 9/11 survivors.
The 9/11 widows. Yeah. Okay, now I remember this.
Yeah, it wasn't just widows. It was like actually like, you know, a 9/11 survivors group. So like everybody in this group were actually in the towers when they were hit.
Oh, okay.
So they were like basically going through their PTSD stuff together, you know, similar to like an AA type group. And, you know, so she fucking literally manipulated her way to the top of it. And then like people were like, you know, she was pulling some fucking real Weasley shit. And then they come to find out she wasn't even there. She wasn't even in the fucking country when that happened. She was in Spain because she's from Spain. She was in college. She actually, the day 9/11, she was graduating college.
Yeah, but this is purely self-serving behavior.
Yeah.
This is attention, and a shitload of attention. If you're an attention whore,
yeah.
I mean, this is a gold mine for you.
Right.
I know that some people might say this about this Rachel Dolezal, but
I mean, she's actually doing something good. I mean, so what? Well, fuck. What's wrong with her?
I honestly believe her. I mean, her story is completely wacky.
It's wacky.
And the wackier it gets, the more I'm like, I believe that this is how she identifies.
That's fine.
So I guess that's the other side of it. Like,
you get to be whatever you want.
How she identifies means jack all to me.
Yeah, I don't care.
And
if she's white, why can't she work for the NAACP?
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Why can't she?
You want to know if this chick's really black? Send her to a ghetto wedding. See if she drinks the fucking purple Kool-Aid and can do the electric slide.
The MD 2020.
Bottom line.
Be racist at her and see how she reacts.
Yeah.
Is that your solution?
Throw her into a
You ever been to a
stereotypical
ghetto
situation.
wedding? I ain't racist. I'm just being factual. Just saying.
I'm sitting here not disagreeing with you, Rich.
I could totally,
Rich,
I could totally see you in a white suit. I could totally see it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I look like. Yeah, I know.
Now, when you go to a white party, do you dress black if you're white? I'm just curious. I mean, like, it's funny, haha. But
it's a valid question.
Like, really, what do you do? Or you just don't get invited to a white party?
I really don't.
What's a white party?
It's where you dress in all. It's
all white.
It's normally. I've never seen it other than African American or black or whatever the fuck you want to call whatever. And black people.
Let's call them black
people. It's like they call it a white party where they all dress like to the nines, but it's all white. Everything they're wearing is white.
They're suited and booted and all white.
And
man.
it's I mean,
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sounds like fun, actually.
Of course you haven't, Aaron.
See, I am not as honky as you would think, am I?
You're not. You don't self-identify as black.
Yeah, dude.
So, anybody want to confess anything on this podcast?
No.
Yeah. Anybody identify in some certain way that they insist that other people accept them as?
I identify as a brunette.
There you go.
Oof. Okay, you know what? Caitlyn Jenner, I can accept. You, I'm going to have a hard time with that one. I don't know, man.
I got brown eyes and brown hair.
Look, man, here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. I don't know how she grew up. I don't know who she grew up with. Her backstory like that, but
she totally shut her parents out. Like that was the other thing. Is I guess like she's been at odds.
Fucking
with her
whitey,
parents.
man.
Yeah, right.
I was trying to bring her down.
Random black guy was her dad.
Wouldn't let.
She's like, you don't own me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That's my government name. I ain't taking that.
Government.
But no, look. I grew up, and as we've all talked about, we all have to a certain extent. We grew up, lower socioeconomic, we didn't grow up like with a silver spoon in our mouth, and because of that, I have a certain view of the world that other people of different races will say, "Oh, you don't think like the average white boy." But I'd never have been like, I'm black. Come on now. I'm not. I know when I get pulled over that I can get off with a warning. I know that, but at the same time,
you get the what the hell are you doing down here?
Yeah, but at the same time, I understand, and I have an understanding of cultures that aren't considered white, and I'm trying very carefully to word this because I don't know. I just don't know any other way to put it. I mean,
you need to spray tan and to kink your hair up some more.
Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, that's just it ain't going to happen. But
wait, well, Rich, what did you say when I showed you the picture? I had you go look at a picture of her.
Oh yeah. I was like, apparently orange is the new black. Yeah, because
so it's spray. That's what I said, man. She gets pulled over. She's pulling baby wipes out, wiping her fucking spray tan off her face.
Gotta get this shit off before he gets up here. Yeah, shit.
It's like Blazing Saddles.
See, it's coming off.
She drives around 4 blocks to get the shit off before she finally pulls over.
She drives to the police station.
She got a hair straightener that plugs into her cigarette lighter.
It's like a robo straightener. She just sets it on there and it fucking straightens the shit while she's driving. Yeah, that's a good fucking invention.
I just think the whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I hear you.
On her end and on the media's end. Like I said,
right.
we're out of news.
Leave her the fuck alone. Like, come the fuck on.
Right.
Leave her the fuck alone.
Right.
She's doing good for society. Leave her the fuck alone.
Everybody saw the picture of her white parents. She's no longer heading up that chapter of the NAACP.
Why? But wait, why was she destroyed?
Story.
My question is why was she so destroyed? Like, who did she piss off to fucking get chucked under that fucking bus? Like, what happened? Like, what
I don't know. It seems like everybody.
This is a political move by somebody in
It seems like the people who knew her, and this is just from reading news stories, obviously, but it seems like they understood what was going on. But it just didn't matter.
Yeah, but why would you blow the whistle on that? That's what's the agenda here? And why so big?
Because her identifying as black. Right. If she was if she was seriously crazy and was just like, no, I'm black, and she's sticking with that story, identify wouldn't even come into play. But
you're Jesus, aren't you?
Because when she was called on her shit, she was saying that she identifies with black, and this resonates with a very recent story that everybody's still trying to wrap their heads around about somebody identifying as a woman, even though they were born with a penis.
Another big part of this story, too, was she initially was lying and said she was black. I think that was...
She never officially came out and said it, like, on an interview, but it was like...
I heard her being interviewed, and, she was trying to say, like, some black guy was her father, and she was actually saying that she was black. Oh. I think that's what... Because she only recently started saying she identifies as black a couple days ago. Like, she was straight up saying she was black.
Well, please,
like,
who asked?
At the beginning of this story.
Right? Nobody asked.
That's what I'm saying is like, what?
Are you black?
What is the forget about all the news, what we're hearing. What's underneath all this? Like, what the fuck happened? She pissed somebody off for her to get fucking
exactly.
Chucked. Like, what happened?
No,
like, why?
I don't think so. I think it was just wrong place, wrong time.
I think there was an internal power struggle in that branch of the NAACP.
I agree with you.
Oh, well, okay.
And someone decided to out the bitch. That's what I think.
That's a good point, though, because while some people were accepting of this, it seems like others were definitely like, what the fuck? And since she was doing a good job, it's not like they really had much ammo against her. So they just, went for the gut.
Here's what I mean. Okay, so we got the news story on this chick. What are brothers and sisters saying about this shit? I mean, how do they feel?
I don't know. Go talk to some.
Yeah, man. Walk outside.
What are you asking me for?
How white I am? Michael Rappaport was calling out all the brothers and sisters in Spokane going, how did you not know? How could you not?
Michael Rappaport's like, God damn, how many Spike Lee movies I gotta be in before I'm accepted as black?
I'm just totally fucking baffled though that like this is even like
news.
I mean, I get why it's news. I understand the whole fucking, it was an easy sell. It's an easy story right after the fucking Bruce Jenner thing. But I don't like. There's other things going on.
I feel like almost.
Why does this person have to be so fucking destroyed? I mean, destroyed. Whatever she's good at is now totally gone.
I think anybody that you hear about on the news now, you could ask that.
Right.
There's so many stories where, people do whatever, some dumb shit, and somebody else has to tweet it to the world or whatever so that everybody else can judge them, and that person has to lose their job, or their family gets broken up. They have to move out of the fucking state
or city.
Aaron, that's villagers coming for Frankenstein mentality of the internet.
Aaron, that's a very good point, because there's a local radio personality who, this is one of his pet peeves. He's like, why, when someone fucks up, do we have to destroy that person? They can't. Their career is over.
Yeah.
Why do we feel the need to do that these days? I mean,
so's SJWs, man.
You know what? And that's where that...
What's an SJW?
Social Justice Warriors.
Oh, okay.
It's the I just thought you should know type of people.
Yeah, this type of person has little to no control over their own life and feels like they can gain some of that back by judging others,
destroying somebody,
to put them above that person. Well, hey, my life might be fucked up, but at least I'm not this Rachel bitch who can't even figure out what race she is.
Well, here's the thing: you have the right to be offended if someone says something to you and you get offended. You do not have the right, and this is something we've lost track of in our society, to be offended for other people.
Right.
Like, you can't be offended for someone else.
You being
that's
offended
posturing at that point.
Okay, you have the right to be offended, but that shouldn't mean jack shit to anybody else.
Well, no, you can be personally offended by something, but you can't be like, I'm offended for that person. Well, no, you're not. You're personally offended, and you're projecting it onto someone else.
You're co-opting their defensiveness that they may or may not have.
I just think it really sucks that it went so public. Like, I mean, I really think NAACP should have dealt with this internally. You know what I mean? And just been like, no, you're gone. We're not going to, like, dude, that's her fucking trade was just destroyed. Like, she has no job now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
to your point earlier that you made, Jay, I truly think that this is there's when you said there's more than there's more to this than there's more to why it leaked out the way it did and why it's such a big deal and it's staying in the ether of our consciousness here.
Well,
I think part of the reason is
dissipate.
I think part of the reason is because you got a lot of people who, with the shit with Caitlyn Jenner, come out and they don't like that, and so now they're like, look, this is how come you accept this, but this is asinine. Look, and what they're trying to do is prove that they're both asinine by pointing. It's like that. Like sliding in shit,
like the Satanists are doing.
Yeah, well.
Yes! Point J.
Thank you for listening, liking, and sharing Unregimented on Facebook and following Unregimented on Twitter at UnregimentedPod. If you like Unregimented, please tell a friend to visit ChristopherMedia.net. You can subscribe to Unregimented on iTunes for free just by clicking through the iTunes banner at ChristopherMedia.net. You can also show your support for Unregimented when you buy something on iTunes just by clicking through the iTunes banner at ChristopherMedia.net. It won't cost you anything extra, and it shows your support for Unregimented. While you're on iTunes, please remember to write a review and rate Unregimented 5 stars. Just click on the iTunes banner at ChristopherMedia.net. Android users can listen to Unregimented for free at ChristopherMedia.net by clicking on the Stitcher radio player on our homepage. You can also listen to Unregimented for free at TuneIn.com or by downloading their free TuneIn radio app. Don't forget, you can always listen to Unregimented for free across any platform just by going to ChristopherMedia.net. Make sure to check out all of the podcasts on ChristopherMedia.net. Mondays and Fridays you have Unregimented. Reach us at UnregimentedPod on Twitter. Tuesdays and Fridays you have the Weedsman Podcast. Find those guys at the Weedsman420 on Twitter. Wednesday you have the Projection Booth, projection-booth.com, or at ProBoothCast on Twitter. Saturday you have the Captain's Table at Captain's Podcast on Twitter. You can also check out one of our new shows, well, new to us. It's the Ugly Club Podcast. It's another movie podcast, but these guys go with more of a theme each week rather than just one movie. You can check them out at Ugly Club Podcast on Twitter or uglyclubpodcast.com. If you like Unregimented and want to show your support for Unregimented, you can donate to Christopher Media by clicking through the PayPal button at christophermedia.net. If you use Amazon.com, please click through the Amazon banner at christophermedia.net and bookmark the link. It won't cost you anything extra, and when you buy something, you will show your support for Unregimented. If you're looking to launch your own website, please click through the HostGator banner at christophermedia.net. That's who we use to host Unregimented. When you sign up for HostGator by clicking through the banner at christophermedia.net, you are helping to support Unregimented.
All right, let's talk a little politics before we wrap this episode up, because we have two more official Republicans joining the race, and both of them are like, I was like, did they not already announce? Like, these are both people who have been talking about running for president forever now.
Yeah, they were already in Iowa. Well, Jeb was in Iowa already. Jeb
Bush announces, right? And everyone in the world was like, no duh. But what I found interesting was his speech when he announced. He's talking this Washington insider shit. You know it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not a Washington insider. I can get in there and I can disrupt the system. I can change it from the inside.
Our last name is Bush.
Right.
You are the fucking system.
How the fuck? You're a career politician born to a long line of career politicians.
Only worst way this could only name worse to try to claim that they're not part of the system would be if his last name was Kennedy.
Right.
No shit.
So, but hey, you can't judge him though because he identifies as an outsider. Who can clean up Washington?
Yeah, he's going.
We need to. But I'm pumped.
See, that's the thing is he's going off of Rand Paul's teat on that. Is what it is.
Yeah,
he's told. That's how they're trying to get elected that way.
Well, it is curious that even though he's obviously running on his name, he's not using the Bush name for his campaign posters. It's just Jeb with an exclamation mark.
Of course it is.
Like, I know what, another Bush? No, it's Jeb.
Yeah.
Jeb.
By the way,
come on, Jeb. You got to trust Jeb.
Oh, God.
No.
Jeb's the guy who's going to come over and have a beer with you and help you fix your car.
The only Jeb I know is a Weasley
exactly.
motherfucker.
Jeb can fix my car. That's all he can do.
Yeah,
he
but
can't
Jeb
run
can
my
fix
country.
my car.
Yeah, but he ain't coming inside.
Yeah. No shit.
Be like, hey, man, stay out there.
I'll get you some lemonade. Just stay out there.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Do you think that's maybe like a strategy for him to just sew up the South right now? Oh, it's Jeb.
Well, come on. When I first heard the name Jeb Bush, I was like, well, there's one that will never be president, thank God. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a President Jeb that will be a first.
Between him and Trump, they should just hand the election to Hillary now.
Oh, God.
The Republican field,
Sanders,
are you
dude.
shitting me?
Sanders is the way to go if you're going to go Democrat. Sanders.
Oh,
Trump was great. Trump's speech was even better than Bush's.
Oh, yeah.
Because he referred to himself in the third person. Yeah. He listed his net worth to the thousandth place.
That's awesome, though. That is fucking awesome.
I mean, come on. I don't see how you could... It would be as ridiculous as Jeb Bush trying to call himself an outsider if Trump got up there and tried to identify with the common people.
Well, Trump was saying he wanted to bring jobs back to America and we shouldn't be sending shit to China. But if you look at his fucking shirts that he sells that are high dollar, they're fucking made in China.
Oh, all worn by people who were paid $50 to be there, by the way.
Right.
There was a fucking cattle call.
Yeah.
He is a job provider.
He stocked... There you go. I didn't see any Chinese people in that crowd.
Bringing jobs back to America in his campaign speech. He's not even elected yet.
Well, he is worth $4 billion.
He ain't worth a fucking food stamp, but that's beside the point.
That was, I think that $4 billion was, I don't know how long ago that was, but he's worth like $8.6 billion now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I just heard today it was $4 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
God damn.
What else?
Donald Trump. Why are we talking about this fucking...
No, hold on.
He can't even manage his hair. We're going to let him manage
I got a little bit more on Trump. Hold on. The song...
Can we do some more on FIFA?
The song that he used when he made his announcement...
Lionel Messi's my favorite player.
...is Rockin' in the Free World by Neil Young.
Yeah, did you hear what Neil Young said?
Yeah, Neil Young's gonna be like, "You stupid, ignorant motherfucker."
This is what Neil Young said. You're gonna say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go for it. Yeah.
No, it's the same as when fucking Reagan was running in '84 playing "Born in the USA."
Oh, I just feel like I'm feeding dogs right now. Like, back off for a second. Let me pour it.
I stopped. I'm letting you go.
No, that's it. I mean, that's the thing is that statement, it says everything. You can't imagine what Neil Young had to say about it.
I can tell you what Neil Young had to say about it.
Go ahead.
I can. I was listening to NPR, so this is from NPR Today.
Yeah.
Neil Young was like, Donald Trump had no right to use that song. I don't agree with him. I support Bernie Sanders. And that was it. That was all he fucking said.
Did he just drop the mic and walk?
That was
it.
He
did
still
go
probably
get a little something.
Did he go on? Because that's all I heard.
No. He that song was not used with permission at all.
No.
He's not getting paid anything for him to use that at a rally.
Well, that's like Rand Paul, or that was like, who was it? Rand Paul saying he liked Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine came out and said, "What the fuck? You are the machine." No, it wasn't Rand Paul. I'm sorry. It was Paul Ryan. That was last election.
No, but there was actually, I guess, a photo that was circulating as well of Neil Young and Donald Trump meeting and shaking hands. And they're all like, see? Neil Young supports it. And he's like, dude, that was a fucking Pono fundraiser.
Yeah, right.
I was trying to get funds for my lossless streaming, lossless music streaming software.
So wait.
He's Neil Young. Of course he's going to meet Donald Trump.
And he's Canadian, and just because he has a basic understanding of how to greet a person, we're gonna fucking say that. He supports.
It's two
Donald
famous
Trump.
people getting their picture taken together.
You know how
It
this
means
country
nothing.
works. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Somebody shook somebody else's hand and smiled for the camera. Oh, he supports him for president.
Yeah.
Well,
So do the Satanists.
before we sent hundreds of thousands of troops over to die, why did everyone forget that we had a picture of Donald Rumsfeld shaking fucking Saddam Hussein's hand?
Right.
That was sexy.
That was like my favorite part, I think, of Arrested Development.
They showed that?
They reference it, and they show they restage the picture with the dad from the family shaking hands with them, because there's this whole like subplot about how I don't know if you haven't watched it.
I like the Republicans. They actually switch it out to Hillary Clinton. Or they pull Romney they pull Rumsfeld out and put fucking Hillary.
Photoshop Hillary in there. They just do the head though. It's still Rumsfeld's body.
Yeah. Well, it isn't about the same
as Hillary's.
Never noticed how mannish your hands were. One more thing though. No, two more things on Donald Trump, because this is my favorite quote from his speech. "I will be the greatest president God has ever created." There's so many things wrong with that sentence. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, you know what? Now he's got my vote.
And Robert,
since you brought God up,
I'll send you an International Harvester hat.
A gentleman by the name of Roberto Bejan. I think I'm doing this right.
Can you fly my sister in so I can fuck her too, Jay?
Sure. What the hell?
Roberto is he's on the Trump board, and he also owns a hair salon in Trump Towers. So he's not going to say anything bad about the guy. But it was interesting that his take on Trump, he has the guts and he has the balls. That's fine. Hey, a lot of people in this country have plenty of guts and balls.
He's got the fucking money.
Hey, people who argue with cops have guts and balls.
Yeah, well, and no brains, yeah.
Right. There are other components that we need for president.
The only thing I like about, I'm not going to say that.
His swagger.
No, what I like his swagger. But no, he's a businessman. He's a shrewd He's a businessman. He's a shrewd motherfucker, so that means he's not a lawyer or a career politician. That's really the only thing I like about his campaign.
I know.
That's it.
I completely agree with you on that, Jay, because all I can think, I'm reading this going, why can't there just be somebody else? Are there no other billionaires with because generally speaking, people who are billionaires tend to be fairly smart people.
Come on, Warren Buffett.
Come on, Richard Branson.
Yeah, right. No shit. Well, Richard Branson can't, can he?
He's going to be president of the moon.
What's Elon, what's his name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
He's going to be president of Mars.
That dude. That guy,
Yeah.
he's building a hyper tube out in California.
He's going to
right
move
now.
to Mars and charge us all fucking $10,000 to
Dude.
fucking live there.
Hey, that guy is the American fucking dream right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Rock on, brother. Plus, he's fucking using the Tesla name. That's awesome. It should be called Fuck Edison. Is what it should be called.
I think that's a great note to wrap it up on.
Wouldn't fit on the back of the car so well, though.
Just FE. Call it an FE.
Yeah, the original prototypes were just a Ford logo with Calvin pissing on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're talking about Tesla. Aaron, you're in the hybrid club, which, by the way, Rich, he didn't do it on purpose. Do not chastise him. The car was available. It was
You
a
get a new car?
hybrid.
You got a
But
new
anyway,
car?
No, it's always been a hybrid. It's just a shitty one.
I got a preemptive strike not
it's
to
a
fuck with
hybrid.
Aaron. Okay.
But no, I'm just saying what, I have a Prius this trip.
Yep.
Dude, can't fucking, I've like shut it off like 4 times because I can't tell when the bitch is on.
Dude, I got in a Prius. I had to fucking fold the seat down, so I was practically sitting in the back seat. I had to like lean the seat back and actually sit on the fucking back of the seat to drive the thing.
Looking like Shaq in a VW Bug.
Yeah,
and shit.
totally. Like,
All right.
like Hightower.
Do you find my appearance funny?
Hey, everybody, it's that boy. Who laughed at everyone.
Knows what I'm talking about.
We have a problem.
Yeah, too much Simpsons.
If there's a
Oh.
Simpsons Anonymous out there, we need to go.
On the Simpsons
That's it.
track, I want to ask you guys: Did you hear about the Homer Marge split up this season?
Yeah,
It's been dispelled.
whatever.
Okay,
They've
okay.
done it a bunch of times.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's been so many episodes. I mean, they split up there was Homer went to live with the gay couple.
Yeah.
There is the one where he just walked around all night and ended up at the lighthouse, and then they got back together. I mean, they're not really they're not separating or getting divorced.
No, they
or
were
anything
talking
in
about
these-
getting separation,
right. I think
and Homer was going to have a romance.
right.
No,
It's
spoiler
probably
alert.
It's probably
Yes.
one story. I think
Everybody's
they were
read
trying
this.
to get attention by just saying like, oh, this is going to last a whole season of like, we're going to be wondering, are they going to get back together? And like, no, why now? Why in the 28th season would
Because
you
they
break
got
format?
nothing else to do.
Because they've made joke after joke of having this sitcom formula where everything works out in the end and nobody will ever speak of this again.
No,
Armin
so Homer's
Tanzarian.
gonna-
Nobody
Homer's
talks
gonna
about
move in
Armin
with
Tanzarian anymore.
Homer's going to move in with Milhouse's dad at Swingers Towers, and it'd just be the end of it. It just
Swingers Tower.
I actually do know the premise of the episode. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I read it too.
Yeah, supposedly there's been a big secret. The whole marriage is Homer has narcolepsy.
Yeah.
And it's driving Marge nuts, and they do like a little separation so she doesn't go insane or some shit. Spoiler alert. For
But he
all
also
you
gets a
fucks.
girlfriend.
Now that I can believe because that's what Simpsons are known for is the retcons of rewriting their own history. They get like every 10 years it's been a flashback episode that like goes back to when Bart was a kid, and he keeps like advancing. Like apparently he was a kid in the 90s now. you
Yeah,
know?
or that one episode where we talked about where they said they were in college and it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
What
Right.
when you were on?
Well, last time I saw Homer as a kid, it looked like the 70s, and he looked like he was 7 years old watching the spacewalk.
Yeah,
So
there's
how does this
flashbacks
work
from-
out?
They were
There's
on,
like flashbacks from the beginning of The Simpsons that refer to like the summer of love and shit.
Right.
they were on in like the fucking late 80s, man.
Yeah, 89.
89.
Yeah, but before that they were on
Tracy
Tracy
Ullman.
Ullman.
But anyway, we're bleeding over into Monday's episode with this kind of talk.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap this one up in a nice little bow. And thank you for listening, and we'll see you on Monday.
all right, later, guys.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy